I never thought I'm going to be sitting in front of a camera one day and sharing my vulnerabilities as a businesswoman in my 20s with you. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Sondos Ammdadl live here from Istanbul. I wanted to bring to you a new background. I like this purple background, so I just thought, okay, I want to film a video here. I am using this microphone, so I also hope that the noise and the street noise is not too much in this video. Alright, so in case it's your first time to come across my channel, hi, my name is Sondos Ammdadl and I'm a social entrepreneur in my 20s. I love to share my tips of self-growth and my travel journey with all of you, teaching you everything you need to know and showing you the best places where I visit different countries, different cities, and how I use travel in a way to self-growth as a person. And also in this channel, I share my entrepreneur journey where not only I would get to talk about the simple stuff and the hardships that I'm going through, but also sharing tips regarding finance, regarding marketing, regarding many things that you're going to need to acquire in order for you to become an entrepreneur. Now, in this video, I'm going to cover with you what they don't tell you about being a social entrepreneur in your 20s. Number one, it's not easy. It's not a 9 to 5 job, it's a 24/7 job. What does that mean? Yeah, we probably all heard about work what you love and you're never gonna work a day in your life. You probably just quit your 9 to 5 and then you're thinking, okay, now it's time for me to build my own business. Why am I investing my time and my effort making someone else rich while I can make myself rich, right? While honestly, with this mentality, it's not bad, you are right in a way, but in the end of the day, when you're working for someone, you are taking over only one job. But when you're a business owner, and specifically in the first stages, you're going to be doing everything. You're going to be every single role. So the thing is, if you're stressed just because of one role, imagine running all the roles in a company. And yes, of course, being a good manager means that you also understand the art of delegating tasks. But in the end of the day, let's just take a moment and think about it. You're going to be doing everything because in the first 6 months of your company, you're even still figuring it out. Like, I'm going to tell you just one thing right now that you may be doing some research before you launch your company and then you're ready, you understand the full market, and I don't know what. I can guarantee you that once you launch your business, those first 6 months, a lot of things are going to change. A lot of things are going to change about your business model, about who you want to hire, about who you want to work with, even who you want to target as customers. This is just going to change, and this is natural. And yes, being a good manager means that you also understand the art of delegating tasks. But the thing is, even if you have a clear goal and a well set on plan, like you have planned everything before you launch your business, you have a good market research, you understand who you want to target, what is the product that you're offering. In the first 6 months, I can guarantee you that this all is going to change. Like, this is for sure. Because when you're working on something on the actual ground is so different than when you're just looking at the theory work behind it. So right now, when we're going to be thinking about one thing, you will need to be involved in the tasks of your team, at least in the first 6 months, until you're able to train them, until you're able to understand your company better, what you want to do better. You will be involved in their tasks. So trust me, the first 6 months, if you're able to get by with launching your business without like losing your mind, you're on the good track, you're on the right track. Keep going. Number two, taxes would screw you up. Like, being polite over here because there's bigger words I want to use with us talking about taxes. One very important thing that I don't see entrepreneurs talking about on this platform, or even any platform as a matter of fact, is being an international owner and dealing with international tax. Okay, hear me out. I am from a country. I am residing in a different country, and my business is in the US. So, another awkward silence. All right, so whoever is in my situation right now will probably experience something similar. They're probably just sitting back and they're like, okay, girl, what did you do to yourself? Why are you in this situation in the first place? Now, one very important thing I'm going to tell you as being an international business owner is that you need to be aware that your original country, the country you're residing in, and the country of your business have something called as tax treaty. This means that, okay, if for example, I am able to be paying tax in Turkey, for example, I don't need to pay it in the US, something like that. This is just an example. So I would just need to file in the US that I've already paid my taxes in Turkey, so no need to file it again and pay double the tax in the US. Now, the second part, and this is so important, like if you're going to take anything from this video regarding taxes, is it has to be this one. Separate your personal income from your business income. Separate your personal taxes from your business taxes. This is very important. Now, if you have your business registered in the US, and even if you're an international business owner, the one thing that is going to make the IRS actually focus more with you and chase you around is if they find that there's a mess with your expenses, with your spending, with your income, and especially if they see that it's mixed with your personal income as well. this is going to be something that's really going to piss them off. They even may fine you for something like that. And even in your own country, by the way, they may fine you for something like that. Honestly, taxes are a very boring topic, but if you're an international entrepreneur like me, please leave a comment down below telling me that you want to learn more about international tax and how to deal with it, and tell me also your case. And if there's enough demand of something like this, I will make sure to film a video of how to work around being an international entrepreneur with tax. Now, number three, there's three different types of people in an organization. There's the technician, the manager, and the entrepreneur. You need to understand the character and the skills of the people that you are working with, and even including yourself, or either you're going to be setting your organization out for failure. You need to kind of divide their skills and their character and who they are as a person under each one of these categories. Now, put aside what is the position that you have hired them for. They can have something next to it, manager, doesn't mean that they are fit to be a manager, and vice versa. They can, for example, be a manager, but they can be better as a technician, or they can be a technician, but they have more skills that actually can make them a manager. This is very important to look at when you're hiring and even when you're reflecting on yourself. So, for example, if your graphic designer actually falls under the category that they are a technician, and then you assign them some managerial aspects, they may accept. Okay, there's no problem. Of course, like if they're getting paid more or whatever the reason is, they will accept taking that job. But however, you're gonna find that they're careless in some parts, and in the parts that you really need them to act as a manager in, they're not gonna be able to, because if they are mainly a technician and they really enjoyed the artwork of being a graphic designer, they're not gonna enjoy dealing with people and managing the project and all of that. So, if there's a person that you actually enjoy working with as a person and you like their character, try to play around with their tasks. Try to give them different types of tasks that fall under the scope of your agreement and see how this reflects on their behavior. This is going to help you define more where this person should be. Are they a technician, a manager, or do they have an entrepreneur mentality? I advise any new business owners or entrepreneurs in the field to read the book The E-Myth. This book is actually going to change your life. It's going to help a lot with the decision-making skills and even the mindset behind becoming an entrepreneur. And it's also going to make you reflect on how you're managing your team and how you're managing yourself. This is like really, really important, because I believe with this book, you're going to be able to prevent the mistakes that most new entrepreneurs make when they are launching a business, and this can lead to many businesses to fail eventually. So I would really recommend for you to read this book, and if you want me to make a video about the lessons that I've learned from this book, please leave a comment down below and I will make sure to deliver. Number 4, being a woman in the 20s in the corporate field. How does that feel? Okay, so in the beginning, I thought that people wouldn't want to do business with me because of how young I am. They're just gonna assume I'm inexperienced, or she's just a kid. What is she doing in that field? What is she trying to do? Owning a business and running people, and I don't know what. But to my surprise, this was actually the total opposite, and I deeply hope this can be some motivation for people who want to start their own business this year and they are young and they're scared of people judging them for how young they are and assuming they're gonna fail. I can guarantee you this is not actually true, because I consider myself lucky that I was surrounded with people that were actually inspired with how young I am and with the amount of things that I am doing. So basically, when I went to investors, or for example, when I am going to people I want to do business with or collaborate with, they were always telling me one thing, that if she is able, or if you're able, basically, as they're addressing to me, if you're able to achieve all of that and have this mindset and have this mentality in your 20s, where will you be when you are 40, like another 20 years from now? So they were always like excited to be a part of this journey, or even just sit back and watch me. So they would give me their support. So this was something that was quite interesting for them, and it's something that really motivated me as a person as well. Like, how I have heard both, by the way. I've heard the one like, you're a kid, what are you doing? And then I've also heard the people that, wow, I can't believe you're at this age and thinking that way and doing all of that things. Now, number 5, and this is super, super random, but as I mentioned, as being young as I am in my 20s, and in the same time, all right, so my original language is Arabic, and we have different ways of how we address people, like, let's say older people with respect. There's different tone, there's different words that we use, okay? So when I'm trying to do business with people, all right, I'm always trying to be seen as equal, all right? I'm always trying to be, I don't want to, okay, like with my team, I don't let them call me Miss Sondos, so we just say Sondos, because I don't know, I find it very weird, to be honest. But if I am trying to talk with a client or something like that, and the thing is, like, they are older than me, I always struggle with, okay, should I put Mr. or Mrs., or should I just call them right away with their name? And also in a way to break the ice, like this is something that I'm trying to do. But in the same time, being as young as I am, and I was raised in a way that I have to use those respectful words with the people older than me. I have to call them either Mr. or Mrs. and then use, okay, so we have this word called حضرتك, which we basically in Egypt we use that for people who are older than us. And this comes to me automatically, all right? But in the same time, okay, I don't know how to explain this. I don't like to address someone as حضرتك when they're talking to me as like with the other word is just calling me inti. حضرتك and inti are the same thing, but حضرتك is more towards people who are like older or in specific positions, and inti is just like you, the one you say to your friends or whatever. So this was one thing, like I don't know, also if you're a business owner and you're young, like how do you deal with this? Do you just call them right away with their name, or do you still use those respectful phrases like Mr., Mrs., and kind of those ways of addressing somebody like in a more formal tone?
Hi guys, we have a guest today.
That's Mariam. She joined me today in
Yes,
Istanbul.
I know nothing about business, but I want to do my sunscreen
Yes.
company.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a pharmacist and I'll do the sunscreen and khalta and whatever, and she will take the company. I've got other stuff to do.
I'll be the investor, but no, you have to be involved as well. This is
I
like
don't
the
want
point.
to. Can I just, open my company and go travel? Yeah, like.
All right, number 6 is finding funding. So when you're going to approach investors or even people that you want to work with, they would really want to know your numbers. They would want to understand your strategy. So if you're looking for investors for your business, what I would really suggest you to do that you have to be aware of your KPI. You have to be aware of financial projection. There's many terms that you need to be aware of, and also you need to plan them properly. They're going to look at every single one of them and see how you're going to be achieving them. Because of course, like when you're a young woman and you're like, they don't know you. This is another aspect. It's not like you're getting in contact with people that you know that can be, okay, we can trust her in a way because we know her. But no, you're literally getting in contact with people and trying to find investors that they don't know you and you're in your 20s and you're just getting started. So how would you make them trust you? So you have to make sure that all of your numbers are always on point. All right, rule number 7, which is something that also people don't talk about when you're an entrepreneur, is you need to at least be aware of the basics of everything that your team is operating in. So the thing is, I'm not going to tell you that you need to be an expert in this field, okay? Because it's okay if your team know more than you. This is actually the point of why you're hiring them. But it's very important that you know the basics of what they're doing, how much time this takes, what are the tools that they're going to be using. If you can even do a little bit of it yourself, this is also amazing. So the thing is, when they're talking to you about something, you're able to relate and you're able to understand what they are doing. So it's very important that with the base of everything that you're working with, that you need to have at least a little base about it. You have to at least know the terms of it. You have to know, okay, how does the operations kind of work? These are all very important for many reasons. Actually, if we're gonna get into one of them, is first of all for you to be able to relate to your team, for you to be able to understand what type of tasks you should assign them and what tasks you shouldn't assign them. Number 8 is network is key. And one thing I'm going to tell you is that I was able to land my first client within 2 weeks just because he was someone in my network. So if you hear any agency or anyone who were able to land clients fast, that's because they were able to leverage their network. So it's very important that you start networking. Networking is very important. Either attend events in your city, either try to just contact people and offer some stuff for them for free so they can build some sort of trust with you. Try to even attend events online. I've attended so much events online. I've joined many groups on WhatsApp that are related to startups and to investors, tech companies, because I'm really into tech and all of that. This was really able to help me generate my clients and generate income for my firm. And in the end of the day, they always say, tell me your network, I will tell you your network. Number 9 is honestly doubting yourself the whole time. All right, so if I'm gonna be very frankly speaking at the time being, that with everything that happens around me, or even like if a small mistake happens in the business, if even I have a problem with someone or there's some sort of disagreement or something like that, I always come back and ask myself, what am I doing wrong? Is there something wrong with me? Am I fit to even be here, to be in that position? There are sometimes even I get this sentence in my mind that I find really sad, that I keep saying to myself that it's my mistake that I thought I deserved this. It's my mistake that I'm putting myself in that situation. It's my mistake that who thought that I could be a CEO? Who thought that I can be running a team? Why am I overestimating myself? I tend to get these thoughts a lot. But I'll tell you one thing, not only observe the results, observe the fact that you're trying. There's this very nice podcast that I was watching, which was basically about the confidence and specifically the confidence in business. I'm going to try to leave the link down below, which talks about that being confident isn't about being the best in something, but literally about trying, because 90% of people don't even try. So the fact that you're able to put yourself in that uncomfortable position and take so much responsibilities that you're probably too young to do. Like, yeah, you're in your 20s, go party, go do something useless, but you're actually instead choosing to create opportunities for people to work. You are able to support your family, you're able to support yourself. And this is you taking responsibility for your, like, for at a very young age. And this itself should really prove to you how confident you are and how you're on the right track. Now, number 10, I'm just going to end the video here. And I want to tell you that being an entrepreneur is not easy. Like, if you think it's easy and if you think you're going to have your whole life like flooded with money, like as soon as you start and everything's just going to go smooth, you're going to have the perfect team, you're going to have the perfect clients. This is a lie, unfortunately. And I do believe that being an entrepreneur isn't really for everyone. But however, with the right mindset and with the right planning, you can make it. Just believe in yourself and remember that how you know you're confident and how you know that you're on the right track is actually by you trying, is that the fact that you put yourself in that position in the first place. Now, if you made it to the end of the video, you're one of the cool ones. So just tell me, what do you want to see in the comments? And this is how I'm going to know that you have actually made it till the end of the video. So like me watching over you. So tell me, what do you want to see next? Strategies for networking or how to start a business with zero cost? Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.